Let's see how many likes I got. Oh! Nobody likes me.
Like you. I like you.
You like me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I've been wanting to create this video for a really long time now, and I'm so sorry that it's taking me so long. So many of you have been asking me this question about Instagram, and asking me to share my tips on how to grow an Instagram following, or how to start up a blog, how to gain a social media following. By the way, I have braces behind my teeth, and I just got them on yesterday, so if I sound like I'm lisping, it's because I have braces that my tongue is not quite used to. Just know that's why I have a bit of a lisp today. But I do want to start a video series on this topic because I feel like I can't share it all in just one video. Today I want to talk about figuring out what your purpose is. Why do you want to gain a social media following? And I really want to stress the importance of figuring out what this is before you dive into it. Speaking from personal experience, I have been very confused throughout this whole process of blogging and trying to gain followers on Instagram and get more views on YouTube, and it can be really hard on your self-esteem if you're not careful. It's just crazy because I feel like I went into this knowing what my purpose was, knowing what I wanted to do with my blog and my Instagram following, and then I just get confused. Like, it's like you just start comparing yourself, and it's easy to get lost in what you're trying to pursue. So I want to make sure that you take the time to write down what your purpose is for starting up a blog, starting up an Instagram, trying to gain followers, and so on. You need to be clear on it and write it down so that you can refer back to it from time to time when you do find yourself feeling a bit confused, because you will get discouraged. It's really hard when you put so much energy into the likes, the followers, the views, the traffic. You just need to be clear on your purpose so you don't fall into the trap of comparison and finding yourself wanting to give up, because I've wanted to give up many times throughout my process of blogging, and I started about 7 years ago, and I actually did quit for a good solid 3 years. And I think one of the biggest reasons why I did quit is because I lacked the confidence. I started comparing myself. I pretty much decided that there's so many amazing women out there. There's so many great bloggers, so many talented Instagrammers and YouTubers, and I just decided, what do I have to offer? Couldn't figure it out. I was so confused. I was lacking the confidence, and it's been a process. But I think it's been a good process, and I've learned so much, and I just really want to share everything that I've learned, and also be really open and authentic about how it has affected my self-esteem. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit, but I have at times allowed it to define me, and I don't want to be that way, and I want to share some tips on how to avoid falling into that trap. And the first tip is, of course, write down your purpose, because you want to be able to refer back to it. And what I found for myself personally, my purpose for starting up a blog and trying to gain a following on Instagram is because I wanted to share my life. I feel like the one thing I am really good at is being open and real. I'm not really afraid to share everything that's going on in my head, in my life. That is just one thing that has really come easy for me. You will find reasons why you should quit or why you are not good enough, but don't believe it, okay? The thing that makes your message different than every other message on social media is you. Everybody is so different. Everyone has a different background. Everyone has different gifts and talents and voice and looks. So that's what makes it unique. Just know that there is nobody like you, and remain confident in that throughout this process, because it is hard. Instagram following, blog traffic, YouTube views, likes, comments, all that, it doesn't come easy. I don't believe that anyone has really gotten lucky when it comes to their blog or Instagram or whatever. They've put in a lot of time and a lot of hard work, and there's been a lot of ups and downs and a lot of discouraging days, a lot of feelings of wanting to give up. But the only reason why they are successful is because they haven't given up. And that's what I really want you to remember. Set your goals, figure out your purpose, be consistent, and never give up. Believe you are unique. Believe it, because you are. So this video series, I'm going to share everything I know about Instagram, about blogging, about YouTubing, and I'm happy to share everything that I've learned in this process and how I was able to gain 100,000 followers on Instagram. And you know, it's funny, I really don't like saying the number. It sounds so, I mean, it kind of, to me, I have to get over this, but I actually really don't like saying the number. Like, to me, it feels so shallow and so surface level. Although at times the numbers do get to me and become a little more important than they should be, ultimately my goal is to just share my messages. I don't want to focus on the numbers. It's not about being popular. It's not about being famous. I simply want to put my story out into the world. I want to share parts of me. I feel like that's our purpose in this life. Social media is a way for us to teach, share, connect, and learn. And I am constantly learning by other amazing, influential, inspiring women. So I want to share what I'm learning. I want to teach what I'm learning. That is one of my biggest purposes for this blog. I wanted it to be a public journal. I wanted to be able to pass this on to my children and to just share the lessons that I'm learning in my life. This is my personal history. I feel like I'm fulfilling a purpose. I just want to be clear in this video to figure out what your purpose is. You will have ups and downs. You will feel discouraged, and you will let the numbers define you a little too much.
Somehow ended up here on the ground.
But you gotta work through it and take a step back and remember your value and your purpose and how amazing you really are. Don't be consumed by the numbers. Remember your purpose. Sorry.
What?
I'm just pretending to cry.
Why?
Oh, I'm so lame. I'm so pathetic. Yeah.
I like you. I like you.
Oh, thank you, my sweetheart. I love you.
I like her.
Circles chasing my tail and lost my way, seeking shelter in different corners, never finding a place to stay. Somehow ended up here on the ground.